teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Bulls in this one. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Grizzlies will look to their home court advantage. Just one game here in Memphis. They like their chances, but this could be a tough game for them. Facing up against a talented roster, they'll have to show that they're the better team. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Mirotic in the 3 slot.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Pass to Gibson. And he jams it with authority.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious home time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside for Gasol. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Conley misses in close.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Wizards.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Here's Conley. After the basket by Nikola Mirotic. Conley kicks to Barnes. And another miss by Memphis. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And finished off by Mirotic.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Conley with the 3. Gasol with the rebound.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
Stolen by Michael Conley. Memphis moving it around. That's good. Gasol's got his second bucket.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Right side, Butler. To the inside. Here's Mirotic.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Lee. Offline from the top of the key.
I guess even he has one of those once in a while.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Three-pointer, Butler. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. Doug McDermott comes in for Mirotic. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. So timeout call here. The first for Memphis. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even the perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
Two shots. You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever.
Here's Brooks after the basket by Tony Allen. Here's McDermott. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Chicago. Now here's Butler. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Rose passes to Portis. Butler is screen on Randolph. Clock at 4. Portis. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Portis has got 5 now. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Rose. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Barnes in the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Butler kicks to Rose. And the shot no good, a bit short. Lee dishes to Randolph. And the basket good. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Rose. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Gasol. And it's Lee penetrating. Here's Randolph. The quick look no good that time. The Bulls leading by 14. Rose passes to Gibson, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Some changes for Memphis. Green, he's checked in for Randolph. For Barnes. And it's Chalmers in for Mike Conley. Here's Chalmers. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
Bulls had a good year against the West last season. 17 up, 13 down against the Western Conference.
Yeah, and how about playing 500 or better against every division in the Western Conference? So impressive to think they did so well given how many games some of their starting players missed.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Outside, Martin. Back to Chalmers. Puts up a three, and he gets it to go.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Brooks for three. Grizzlies with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
They needed to make a few runs, but it just never happened for them. And when you can't string things together, it's tough sledding. It's a tough way to go.
Each Moore is jumped in for Brooks. And both free throws good for Lee. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
And they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Come on.
Moore with the steal. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And slam dunk by Butler.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Gibson with the steal. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
And now we get a chance to see how the Grizzlies are doing in the NBA rankings right now. First in free throw percentage, 4th in lowest turnovers per game. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
Lee kicks to Martin. And the powerful one-handed slam.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Moore with the bucket.
Garbage.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
The Bulls leading by 18 to the paint, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Marc Gasol.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year. But after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in the final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a 2nd seed to a 6th on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time. Oof. Ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Good. 10 points here for Taj Gibson.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
Snell kicks to Moore. Gibson. And released it in time. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Bulls out front as they end the second quarter on a 14-4 run. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not. A tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm, because of that first half, offensively, he was in a zone.
It sure is a treat to watch him, guys. I mean, everything's been running through him, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping the offense clicking on all cylinders.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Mirotic in at the 3. Rose, good. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Bairstow, who's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. McDermott's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Heinrich in for Jimmy Butler. McDermott can't get it to go.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Knocked loose. Pass to Portis. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
First team foul.
Vince Carter, who's checked in for Memphis. Chalmers comes in for Michael Conley. A nice shot by Gasol.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Rose kicks to Bairstow. Rejected by Gasol. That drive by Carter. Rebound by Heinrich.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Down low. Tries again. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Some changes for Memphis. Zach Randolph is checked in for Gasol. And Allen subbed in for Matt Barnes.
Checking in for your Grizzlies, Zach Randolph. Tony Allen.
Ripped away. Heinrich dishes to McDermott.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
They read each other so well, it's a play I'm sure.